What's up? What's up? Happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope you are having a fantastic start to your day. You know what it is. It is time for Live with Nana. If you're joining live, pop up in the comments, say a hello. Let me know where you are tuning in from. And if this is your first time joining, what's up? My name is Nana Badu. I'm an image consultant, a stylist, a speaker, and I talk about all things related to style, confidence, and authenticity for women leaders. And today's conversation, we are talking about some very simple, easy ways for you to upgrade that tired work uniform. Okay? That tired work uniform. So, if you have a go to with your workwear, like this is my tried and true, I wear this uniform pretty much all the time, drop up in the comments and let me know what it is. So, the reason why I want to talk about this is because it's such a common space that I run into when I'm going into someone's closet and I start looking at their workwear. I always see a trend. One big trend, just overall, is that their wardrobe is outdated. Okay? The wardrobe is outdated. And I talk about this often because it is what I see the most. I see that there are pieces that are 10 plus years old and they are not good pieces. Today we don't have time for the dancing around. We're just going to hit you straight. So they're not good pieces. Okay? They're not good pieces because the quality of the fabrics isn't great. The color is off for you, or just the styling of the piece, the construction of it, how it fits into your wardrobe, how it fits with you. It's not aligned. All right? It's not making sense. So you want to get out of this space where you have so many clothes in your closet that are really outdated. And it doesn't matter what formula you put together, what uniform you get up into. When your clothing is out of date, you look out of date, right? You look out of date. There's a 1-to-1, all right? You don't look current. You don't look fresh, right? You struggle, and part of that struggle results in, it impacts your confidence levels. That is what is contributing to you feeling like, I'm just not getting it with my style. Stuff is just not coming together for me. Your pieces are very, very outdated. All right. And so a couple of things are happening. Basically, you got two options. You need to learn how to update those pieces, right? You need to learn how to make them work by accessorizing them, getting some alterations, finding the right pieces to work with them. Or you need to let them go and reinvest in something that works for you. Those are your options. But what you currently got going on, it ain't working. So you're in this space where you're repeatedly wearing the same pieces and combinations, but the base, the clothes, the shoes, the belts, the bags, they are outdated, overworn, right? Like you need to make a switch. So that's baseline number one. The second thing that's happening is that you're in this rut because you are continuously shopping at the same places that aren't the best for you, and you gravitate to the same type of clothing. And so the uniforms that you're creating in your wardrobe is giving, I'm very professional, Nana. I'm sure you are, but that don't mean that the outfit is really letting you shine in the best way. It's giving real safe. It's giving very predictable. It's giving very bland. It's giving day old toast. That's one of my favorites. All right. It's really not allowing you to be at your very best. So when you are repeating these types of habits, that's how you stay in the rut. That's how your style literally maintains the same space that it's in, and it doesn't grow and it doesn't evolve like you are growing and like you are evolving within your career. Your wardrobe's stuck. All right. So when it's in this place where it is feeling extremely basic, it's time to upgrade, especially as you make changes in your career. You can't continue to have the same wardrobe. All right. It cannot still read junior when you are entering senior and C-suite levels. So let's get into some tips and recommendations on things that you should start doing and things that you need to stop doing to upgrade some of your workwear uniforms, okay? And the overall theme of this is modernize and elevate. You need to modernize and elevate. You need to modernize your pieces, the clothes, the accessories. We're going to get into it. You need to modernize all of that. And you need to elevate. You need to elevate your taste levels with your style. You need to elevate the investment that you're making with your style. You need to elevate. You need to elevate the time and intention that you're putting into your wardrobe. You need to elevate. Okay? It's the it's okay zone. If you're here listening and you're like, well, what I'm wearing is okay and I think it's fine. Cool. Click out of this and continue on doing your work. Because if you think that okay is good, great, or good enough, you're highly mistaken. All right. So if you think that it's just okay to wear the same pieces and have the same combinations, and you've been wearing those same pieces 5, 10, 15 plus years ago, no, it's not. It's not okay. All right. Especially when you realize that your confidence is taking a hit and you're not entering into any meeting, any promotion conversation, knowing that your style is communicating and sending the message that you are ready for this new level in your career, right? So let's get into a couple of tips, all right? One, you need to modernize that fit, okay? Modernize the fit. And when I say fit, it is the entire outfit, but we're going to get specific about how things fit on your body, okay? That's right. It's not okay, Portia. It's not okay. We're going to talk specifically about how things fit on your body. You need to modernize the way things fit on you. And 9 times out of 10, you need to go up a size. All right? Your clothes are too tight. The blazer, it's too snug. It's snug on your biceps. Okay. It's short. It's reading junior. The sleeve, the hem, the cuff of the sleeve is short, right? Like you can't button it. It doesn't go over your bust. It's not cute. Okay. So you need to modernize the fit, especially when it comes to layering pieces like blazers and jackets. Go up a size. Go up a size. It's important that you get the structure in your sleeve, the structure on the shoulder. It's important that forgot my words. It's important that the sleeve and that cuff, that it hits right at the wrist, okay? If you want it to be a slightly oversized, it can hang a little bit towards the hand, but hitting it right at that wrist, crucial. You want it to feel good when you put it on. You don't want to strain. And what I constantly see with folks who are in this just safe space with their wardrobe, when it comes to their blazer game, the blazers are too tight. Modernize the fit, go up a size, okay? Give yourself some breathing room through that sleeve. Get some blazers with great structure in the shoulders. Make it crisp, okay? Because that blazer, that jacket, that is a quintessential piece. And you want to modernize that fit by having more structure in that shoulder. Going for a blazer that has that structure, honey, that's when you put it down, okay? Now, when we talk about modernizing the fit, another space that I want you to think about is the different types of cuts, okay? The different types of cuts. And I'm going to focus this fit game in again on these blazers and jackets because these are the most, for me, hands down, one of the most important pieces to have in your wardrobe, especially when you're talking workwear. So you want to have variety in the types of cuts of your blazers. If all of your blazers are still just 1 and 2 single and double buttoned, not even double breasted, but just 1, 2 vertical buttons down the front, right? Folded on the lapel, like a notched lapel. That's that little cutout on the corner that looks like a V. That's it. That's what they all have. That's what they all are. They're really fitted through the sleeve. Like they hit you at the waist. That's the style you have for all of your blazers. It's so boring. You've got to get more versatility. You got to get more versatility in there. All right. You got to go for a double breasted. You've got to lengthen the hemline of the blazer, right? And this comes into play. Different things on different body shapes depend on where you want that hemline to hit. But overall, play around. Okay. You might want to have no collar, a blazer that doesn't have a collar, that's just open. You might want a wrap style. Okay. Like you might want a blazer that has a dope belt with it, or you take your own belt, wrap it over the blazer, right? Like we need more versatility in the fit. That is how you're going to modernize your workwear. Okay. Yes. Too small is a big issue. That fit, like it's constant, and it happens. Like you gain weight, but you keep the same pieces, or your body changes. You had the baby, and you're like, I'm just gonna still try to squeeze up in these other pieces. Sis, stop. Let those pieces go. Reinvest in new pieces that fit you well, and then get different varieties. Don't get the same button down. Don't get that same single button blazer. All right. Look at the actual button detail of the blazer. All right. Where are the pockets? Maybe we're doing some cool pocket patches on different places on the bust or down towards the hip area. Like what are we doing? We need some different, more modern fits when it comes to the blazers. All right. This is hands down one of the most simple things that you can do. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. A blazer with no collar, so great. It can add some more versatility too, and easily pair with the types of tops that you might layer underneath it. Right. So look at the lapel of the blazer, right? The construction of that. Are we going with something that is a larger size, or has a really like exaggerated cut for the lapel? Like what are the details of the blazer? And this could simply come in you deciding to go to a different place to shop for your blazers and investing in a style or cut that you don't already have. Okay. Yes. Listen, and you want to make sure that you have these blazers in different styles because yes, sometimes you might get a cardigan game. A cardigan game might be your thing. Portia said, "I vowed to stop wearing cardigans years ago and invested in more blazers." You know, I'm with you. You like I really prefer if I need a layering piece so that's going to go with a blazer because it just adds the crispness. It modernizes and elevates your look every single time. It adds a sophistication. It just adds that element every time. But you need to make sure that it fits well, it's not tight, and you need to get more diversified cuts in your blazer styles. All right? All right. Next up, something you need to stop doing. You need to stop wearing so many muted colors. Stop wearing so many muted colors. You know, I get it. Like I say this sometimes with folks that fashion is a business. Style is personal. Like fashion is a business. Retail, selling clothing, people need to make money, all right? But what you take with what's out there and how you make it your own, that's where the style part comes in. So oftentimes when you go to the store, you'll see it. You'll see the same trend of colors in stores. And colors are often always going to be those neutrals. You're going to see the blacks, the grays, the navies. We're seeing more browns of recent years, right? Some chocolate browns, all these things. But there is a problem when you open up your closet and all the pieces are all muted tones. And muted tones is just like, it gets ashy. It does. It feels ashy. And there's just too much gray in the color. And it oftentimes does not do anything to highlight your skin tone, your hair, your features. All right. So I constantly see this when I go into women's closets is that everything is so muted. Like, I love a good olive green. I love a little burgundy action, right? But there can also be a richness to these colors as well, right? There can be a richness to these colors. But there's too many times I go up in that closet and I'm seeing that that pasty pink, and I'm seeing these pasty tans and beiges, and I'm like, I know that's what's in the store. I know that this is what you're seeing maybe on the mannequin when you go into JCPenney. I know that's constantly what you're seeing. But that doesn't mean that's what's best for you, right? You really need to understand what colors work best for you. Because all them muted colors, it is. It is. It's really, it can get so ashy, like especially when you're melanated, like you need to have some richness, some saturation in those colors. All right. So stop continuing to buy such muted colors. And I say this is across the board with any color. Even when you're looking at black, like you don't always have to go for that black that's just like every black is not the same. Okay. Especially when you start to play with different textures. All right. And making sure that you're going for better quality pieces that have a higher cotton count, or you're going for a great leather, right? Or a great knit sweater. Like the black gets richer, the color gets richer. So stop all the muted nonsense. Okay. That is it's really keeping you hidden when you're wearing all of these super soft pinks and soft tans and beiges. Mm-mm. No, stop it. All right. So find your color, find your signature colors. It doesn't mean you have to be like me. Okay. Let me have my style. We want to discover yours. All right. So you might not be popping out with the vibrant yellow. That's okay. That's okay. But you can definitely find colors that are going to have a little bit more richness to them, where there's going to be more saturation, more vibrancy to the color, so that it still highlights, it still has some energy to it, it complements your skin tone, complements your eye color, your hair color, etc. All right. So stay away from all of those muted colors. We need to incorporate some more vibrancy in the mix. All right. Next up is, for me, we want to add a touch of gold in the mix. All right. And when I talk about adding gold in the mix, this is particular in talking about your accessories, your jewelry, your belts, your bags, right? Adding a touch of gold hardware into the mix. All right. Going for that belt, like I said, I'm impartial to gold because it just adds that that luxury. It adds that sparkle, right? Like, it can just really elevate a look. So pieces where you can add some touches of gold. One is definitely in that jewelry. All right. Find and invest in some great layering pieces for your jewelry. All right, like the great necklace set that you can layer up the pieces. Okay, you can have anywhere from 3 to 5 different kinds of necklaces when you're layering them well, and it's giving like the different points. It's going from like anywhere from probably 10 to 18 inches for the necklace around your neck. So layer those necklaces, right? Go for those delicate pieces. You could be mixing in some other texture pops too. But yes, we need this luxury. We need to elevate this game because it's giving mundane, okay? But we need magic, okay? So gold in the jewelry, get that great gold hoop earring, get that gold statement earring. Add the gold into the mix. The gold rings, whether you're going to layer or go for 1 or 2 really bold pieces, right? Like, you want to have a really great go-to set of gold jewelry, all right? And yes, when it comes to the belts, that gold buckle, just a little bit of that gold hardware, boom, instantly elevates a look. All right. Instantly elevates it. Right. 100%. Yes. And mixed metals. Come on, Stacy. We love it. Okay. All right. Like, those touches of adding metal detailing and playing, what you're really doing is you're starting to play with texture, right? So you have a leather belt, but you're adding the gold, or it can be a mixed metal or two-tone element, and there's some silver in there. But that metal mixed with the leather, come on, we got some texture mixed happening here. All right. And that goes a long way when you're mixing that with your suiting, or you're throwing that over a dress, right? Like, that, we need to elevate, right? We're going to modernize and elevate. That's how you're going to get out of the safe zone and start to upgrade your workwear. Okay. Yes, wear the gold rings, layer the necklaces. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Okay. All right. My last tip to you is to step up your shoe game. Step up your shoe game. Okay. Step it up, baby. All right. Too often. Okay. You're like, well, I just want to do a nice classic pump. I just like to do a nice classic ballet flat. Okay. Okay. But every brand modernizes, elevates, changes the style. And it might just be a small tweak. Maybe it's rounded toe, the ballet flat is not as round. They've trimmed off some centimeters around it. Okay. It's giving more almond shape, right? Like, every brand elevates their designs. So you can't hold on to the Tory Burch ballet flats from 10 years ago and be like, it still works. It doesn't. It doesn't. Okay. There are so many different flavors happening. You got to elevate and modernize as fashion is moving forward, right? You want to stay current in that space. So your shoe game is so important. It's like the exclamation point when you're taking somebody's look in it, you're like, okay, blazers fitting, jewelry's popping, nice belt. You get down to the shoe, you be like, no, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. So, couple quick fixes. You might have some shoes that are great right now in your closet. You just need to take them to the cobbler and you need to get them fixed. All right. The heel is chipping, like the toe, the leather is peeling. Take the shoe, get it repaired. Or you need to just let the piece go because the other piece about this too is don't try to release yourself from feeling like you have to hold on to your clothes forever, right? Like if you got it and you wore it often, it served its purpose for you at that point in your life and career. Let it go, pass it on to somebody else who's just starting in their career and needs those flats and needs that classic shoe. All right? You don't anymore. You're ascending, you're evolving. Okay? So invest in better shoes. They could be designer that can add that luxury appeal. They could also just have higher quality, a nice pop of color, mixing textures, or a unique shape. Okay? There's something about that shoe that just adds exclamation point to the outfit. But right now, your shoe game, again, it is outdated, my friend. Outdated. Yes, Stacey, we love a kitten heels. Kitten heels are all the rage, okay? Especially a slingback. Yes, ma'am. All right. And you're gonna do the same thing with that belt when you think about your shoes. You're gonna be mixing textures. It might be that leather kitten heel or that leather pump, but how is there a touch of some metal in there? How's there a color contrast happening? Right? Like there are multiple ways for you to elevate your shoe game. But I guarantee that if your style is feeling really safe and very boring and basic right now, I guarantee that the fit isn't modern, the cuts aren't modern, the colors are way too muted. You are lacking gold and texture in your accessories and jewelry, and your shoe game is outdated and weak. I know. You feel seen. You're looking at your whole outfit like, it's terrible. It's all right. Okay. There is help. Okay. So if you know that any of these spaces you need help and you're like, nah, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to shop. I don't know what's working in my closet that's great or what I need to make a change in. It's all good. I got you. All right. I want you to send me a DM. Literally just send me a DM, help. All right. And what will happen from there is I will ask you a few questions to really understand which of these 4 areas around your workwear you really want to focus on and upgrade, where you're really struggling. All right. Because we really want to hone in on what your problem areas are so we can start to build a strategy to get you some help. All right. And then from there, if things are aligning well, I will invite you to a consultation call. And on this consultation call, this is where you're going to fill out a form in advance to give me a little bit more information too about the problem areas you're having and why it's important for you now to invest in elevating your style. Why is it becoming such a problem for you now, especially as it relates to maybe what is happening in your career? We want to know what the problem areas are, but we want to know what the vision is and help you craft one with your style that's really going to align with the brilliant, fabulous woman that you are. So the call is all about helping us to understand what those trouble areas are, but also think about the vision and where you want to go with your style. And then, of course, I can share with you some of the services that I offer to help you get there. And my signature service is called the Style Elevation Experience. And this is where I take women from feeling unforgettable and tired and bland with their wardrobe to really stepping into a space where they are memorable, they are confident, they feel bold, they feel like themselves, and they get dressed with ease, right? And they stand out fully in their essence. So if that is a transformation that you are looking for, DM me help. DM me help, and we'll take some next steps to help you get there. All right. All right, y'all. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and I will see you next Wednesday. Peace.